Oh, righty guys, over to our fortnightly catch up. So I'm just going to whiz through this one. This is quite a short and sweet one, to be fair. We're just going to tick some main boxes. I hope you didn't hear him barking there. That's so gross. Yeah, we're just going to be ticking through some boxes. Also, we're coming to the end of January now, so it's just a wee bit of keeping motivation going, keeping up your momentum, and things like that. We're also going to have another couple of topics to go through, so I'll try and keep this as straight to the point as I can, because it's just, like I said, just a continuation about keeping up motivation and things like that. So I'll share my screen and let you have a wee look at what's going on here. So if I put myself up here, sometimes it doesn't work when I do the full screen thing, but let's see if it works. It says it's paused, so I'm just going to do the small screen thing. Oh no, it's disappeared entirely. I mean, when will I learn? Share. Right, here we go. So this is our team check-in. We've got your 3 wins. I'm just doing this on my own tonight. I mean, that just sounds so sad, but yeah, you can write down your 3 things from the past week you're proud of achieving. You're welcome to go through that, and a lesson. We've also got these ones that we're going to go through tonight. So you can pause this here if you want to write down 3 wins and a lesson and go through them, and then jump back in once you've done it, okay? Because it is good, although you're not doing it with me, it's good to do it for yourself, just to have an idea where you're at. So let's have a wee look at your concerns here then. So we've got motivation, like I said, coming into January. We want to make sure we're keeping that momentum up. We've got a wee bit about meal prep and a wee bit about MyFitnessPal, okay? So your motivation concerns. January's nearly over, so we kind of go through a weird period where we've got that Christmas limbo into New Year, and then it's kind of a stuttering start for some people to get into January. I feel like a lot of you guys have just absolutely went for it, which has been amazing. You haven't really, pissed about or done a wee bit here, a wee bit there. I feel like everybody's kind of get stuck in. And even if you haven't ticked all the boxes, I feel like everybody's been doing something, whether it's been showing up for your PT sessions or whether it's getting your steps in, trying to be as active as you can, eating more mindfully, tracking everything on MyFitnessPal, whatever it might be along those lines. I feel like everybody's all been doing something and been doing it well, which is great. Like my Trainerized timeline has just been absolutely popping with all the notifications of what you guys have been up to, and I love to see that. So although I might not be liking everything or commenting on things that I'm seeing on Trainerized, obviously I can't do it all the time, plus you get pretty pissed off probably if I did it all the time, but I do see everything that's going on, so well done if you feel like you've been ticking those boxes, or you feel like you might not have been getting everything done, but you've been getting some things done. And because even when it starts to get to the end of January, we kind of go through that building up, the motivation's up there, we're getting there with routine, we kind of peak, and then the novelty might start to wear off for people, and then real life kicks back in again after all the good intentions, and we might not keep up good habits, and we might have found that, we had the colder weather the other week and it was harder to get out for walks, and we're maybe eating different things because it's so cold, all that kind of jazz. Then we find that it starts to kind of come back down again towards the end of January. We don't want to rely on motivation. What we want to rely on is momentum. So you want to keep your momentum up, even when your motivation lacks, because as you know, I go on about it all the time, motivation doesn't last forever. It comes and goes. You go through phases where it's right up here, you feel like you're flying, like everything's going amazing, you find your flow, and then there's times you just feel like dog shit, really. You feel like everything's gone out the window, you feel like nothing's on track, nothing's going to plan, or you can't be arsed, or you lose interest. That happens, it happens for every part of life, no matter what it is. You always find that there's ebbs and flows with things, nothing stays the same, and your journey is no different, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain muscle, tone up, just improve your overall fitness, whatever it might be. Momentum and motivation comes and goes, but what you want to rely on is your momentum. Keep ticking your boxes. Even if you need me to simplify things for you, then that's fine. I'm happy to do that. I'd rather you did some things well than did nothing at all because you couldn't do it perfectly. So keep that in mind. If you feel like you're maybe having a wobble, nip it in the bud, talk to me and be like, I just feel like everything's a bit much just now, or you might feel like all your workload and stuff's getting a bit crazy again, or things with family balance is maybe a bit much and you're just struggling to kind of have that same level that you were once at, then please let me know, because this is what I'm here to help you with. Don't let a small wobble grow into a big problem like that. I'd rather you just told me sooner on, and we nipped it in the bud and got things set up so that you can kind of maintain like the level that you need, rather than me giving you something else and it's just totally unachievable for you. So keep your momentum up as much as you can. Remind yourself of your goals. Look back at the roadmaps that I send out. Keep an eye on these things, because these are what keep you on track. This is what you have to look ahead at. Everybody's got like their 3 months ahead or whatever. You should be knowing what you're doing up till March if you're in a fat loss phase, if you're in a muscle gain phase, if you are training for an event, things like that. Use these things to keep you motivated, and remember that long-term goal. Don't focus on, you know, January's been a bit of a grinder, it didn't go perfect, or I've not seen amazing results, or I've seen amazing results, but I'm kind of just, is this the right thing I should be doing? Make sure you're just focused on that goal. Keep ticking boxes, and if you feel like the boxes are too much, then let me know and we can tailor them, because I want you to keep your momentum going and use that to keep you pushing on, not your motivation, because it's a fickle friend and it's not something you want to rely on. So let's have a look at meal prep. So I sent out a link for the meal prep tutorials last week, but I didn't actually realise, but a lot of you said they bounced, not bounce back, what do you call it, that the link wasn't working. So if you received the email, maybe it's went in your spam if you've not received it, but never mind it anyway, because I've had to like change the link and stuff like that. So I have got a meal prep tutorial for you. I know that this is the biggest thing that people struggle with. When I talk about meal prep, I don't mean like spending hours cooking on a Sunday or batch cooking everything that you need to eat for the week. This meal prep tutorial is covering everything, whether you're someone who likes to cook from scratch, whether you're someone who likes to order from Gusto, whether you're someone who has to cook for their family, whether you're someone who has special dietary requirements, whether you're someone who orders from a meal prep company, whether you're someone who doesn't like to cook or doesn't want to cook and you need to get ready meals and things like that. I've got it all covered. So this tutorial is going to be absolute gold if you struggle with trying to plan your meals or plan ahead, and eat in line with your goal, because I'm accepting no excuses going forward after this tutorial goes out, because there is something to help everyone. And if you're not trying any of my suggestions, there's only so much I can help you with. I can't come round and cook, and you wouldn't want me to do that anyway, because it wouldn't be very nice. I'm not the best cook. So you know, please watch them, see what appeals most to you, what can factor into your lifestyle the best. You might not even be one way all the time. It might be that you've just got some crazy times coming up. You've maybe got a really busy schedule coming up, and it might suit you better to actually buy some meals, ready meals in, and use them as you go. Or you might be actually, do you know what, I'm going to make an effort to, I want to cook, so I'm going to make the effort to set time aside and meal prep that way. So you've got to do what works for you, but there is going to be something that works for everyone in this tutorial. So please watch it and see what you think can work and try it. And if it doesn't really work, then try something else. But give it a try and try and be consistent with it. Because if people are coming to me and saying, I'm struggling with my diet, and I give you some advice to go and try it, and you don't try it and nothing's going to change, then there's only so much I can do. So please watch these, see if they're helpful, and let me know if you want to do something, because there will be options for everyone. So please don't struggle with your diet, because there is something for everyone, especially because you all do work so hard in your gym sessions. And if it's your diet that's letting you down, then it's definitely such a big factor that needs to be addressed. So please don't use it as an excuse, because it's not going to work. Okay, concerns with calorie tracking. So if you use MyFitnessPal, not everyone uses it. That's why I say that. Some people use other methods to track their meals and things like that and their energy balance. But if you do use MyFitnessPal, understand it can be quite annoying, but the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. You know, it can be a bit time consuming at first, it can be a bit footery, it can be a bit invasive, you feel like you're having to constantly log things, but the more you do it, the more you get used to it, the quicker you get at it. All the foods you like, we all typically eat the same kind of foods all quite often. There'll be like snacks and stuff that I have frequently. Everything will get stored in there, so it means you just have to type something and it'll come up, or you'll be able to search through it through your frequently used foods. You can save recipes in it that either you make yourself, you can enter them in there, or you can download recipes from the internet and convert them in there. You can scan things straight in. It's such a good tool to use. It really, really is. Make sure you're being accurate with it. Just a wee reminder to measure things, especially when you first start, and be as accurate as you can. It's better to overestimate your calories rather than underestimate your calories when it comes to fat loss, because if you are kind of saying, oh, that's just, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'll say it's roughly this, it might be way less than what it actually is. So you might be like missing out 100 calories, for example, when actually you're consuming those 100 calories and it's taking you 100 calories over your deficit over the course of a week. That could be like, 700 calories if you did that every day. And that is going to impact your weight loss goal. Okay. So keep that in mind. Try and, like I said, be diligent with your measurements and your portion sizes and all that kind of thing, because it matters. It really, really does. Make sure you turn off your activity tracker, that it's not adding calories back on, because you can't eat back what you're burning off because it's inaccurate. And make sure you're logging at the weekends, you're logging everything, whether it's sauces, whether it's takeaways. You need to guesstimate, but please do it. You just need to make sure you're factoring in everything and account for everything, because if you're perfect Monday to Friday and then have a blowout at the weekend, or you go off track on the weekend and I'm looking and I'm like, I can't see what you've actually had. I'd rather you had it and logged it so that I can see what's going on, rather than be like, oh, well, she's not. I've said this before, like for the calorie thing. If I can't see what you're having over the weekend, then I can't help you. So please be honest with all of it. Stop stopping at the weekends. Track your wine, track your gin, track everything. It's got to be done just to be as consistent, as accurate as possible, and do it daily. Just track. Remember, I've got that training that we did on the calorie track, and you might find it easier to do everything at the start of the week. Log everything on MyFitnessPal that you're going to have. That's part of the meal prep thing as well, actually. If you do know what you're going to be having for the entire week, then log everything at the start. It might take about 20 minutes or something on Monday night to log everything you're going to be having, especially if you have the same breakfast every day, Monday to Friday. Put your breakfast in there, and that's one less thing for you to log. If you know what you're having for your lunches that week, put them in. If you know what you're having for your dinners, even if it's up to about Tuesday or Wednesday or something, put them in as well. Put in as much as you know, including snacks, coffees, anything like that that's got calories in it. Put it in there, and then it means that if anything changes, say you put in you're having such and such dinner on Wednesday night and you end up going out for dinner, then just change it, and make that wee difference with it. And that means all you need to do is sub out your Wednesday night dinner for your meal that you go out for instead. It's so simple and can save you so much time. So again, don't want any excuses if you're using MyFitnessPal. I understand that we can get caught up in things. Sometimes there's busy periods and things going on and you can't actually do it, and that's absolutely fine. But I mean, in a general sense, if every week you're meant to be logging things in your note, and I'm kind of looking, I'm saying, I don't know what's happening, I don't know what's going on, we're not seeing any changes, then, it's going to be that's the issue, because we're just not being consistent enough to actually see anything happen. Okay, so make sure you're being consistent and you're getting used to using it and making the most of this tool. Like, you can lose weight. If weight loss is your goal, you can absolutely lose weight without using it. If you're trying to gain weight, you can do it without using it. People have done it for years before technology, before MyFitnessPal was a thing. But this is a way to make your life easier, to be more accurate, and it should be getting you quicker results. Okay, so that's pretty much your three main concerns for tonight. I just wanted to talk about keeping momentum going in January into February. Meal prep stuff, the training will be the new link about tomorrow. I've changed that over, I've fixed that for everyone. And the calorie tracking on MyFitnessPal, being diligent and being as accurate as possible to make your life easier. Yeah. So we've got our team workout. I think previously I said it was the 19th of February. It's actually the 26th of February. So Sunday, 26th of February, last Sunday of the month. And that will be our strength team workout day. I would love it if everyone could come. Hopefully I've given you about a month's notice there. If you can make it, then that would be absolutely fab. I'd love to see you there. I'm also I'm looking into getting some hoodies ordered. So if I find a company that can, do what I'm after, then we should get them ordered in time for the day. So I'll let you know if that's happening and I can get some orders put in if anyone wants to buy a hoodie. But yeah, that's going to be our strength day workout, Sunday 26th of February. It's going to be our squat, deadlift and bench press PBs again that we're aiming for. And if you were here last February when we did it, then hopefully you should see an improvement. If you were here in, was it November we did it? Did the last one, then again you should be seeing an improvement for that, so that's quite exciting. And then last one, we're just bringing back Bring a Buddy Day. So buddy sessions are back for February. I know I ran that in December and that was quite popular, so if anyone wants to get a free PT session but bring their buddy along, then please let me know. Remember, it's free for you. It's a small charge for your friends if they want to come along. They're obviously still getting it discounted as well because they've got a friend like yourself. So yeah, please let me know if you want to bring a buddy. If you've got anyone that would be interested in coming in for a wee PT session, then let me know and we'll get that running in February and show some love for your Galentines. Alrighty, so that is this week's training team. I hope you've taken a wee bit away from there and find that helpful. And yeah, we're just looking forward to keeping up all your hard work from February because you've had an absolutely amazing start to 2023 and seeing the progress you guys have been making has just been so exciting. So let's keep that going, keep up the hard work and make sure if there's anything you're struggling with, either jump in the Facebook group, shout out for help, keep sharing your own stuff as well. If there's anything you're coming across or any hacks or tips or hints, then feel free to find them in there because everyone is always really appreciative of it, of each other, helping each other out. But also if you need help, then please reach out and let me know. All right, team, so take care and I'll speak to you soon.